What's up, guys? I will try to make this video not that shitty, but I forgot my tripod at work, so I have you propped up on a hammer right now. This is a 2014 Ford Fusion. We're going to do a lower control arm on it. The rubber bushing failure is pretty common on these. The ball joint's fine, but it's a lot easier just to do the whole control arm because that bushing is pressed on back there. Some of the symptoms you might experience is poor tire wear. When you hit the brakes, sometimes you'll get a pull to the one side. Sometimes you'll feel almost like a shifting underneath you. And if you had someone stand here and watch this, when I hit the brakes, you could actually see this tire kicking back towards the wheel well. So those are just a few of the symptoms you'll notice when this control arm goes bad. I'm going to go ahead and get it replaced. It's a pretty straightforward, easy job, and I'm going to try to show you guys how to do it. Of course, we are dealing with a Ford here, so of course we're going to have to deal with swollen lug nuts. A lot of times these get so bad that you have to end up beating the socket on with a hammer to actually be able to get them off. All right, guys, the next step is to take this pinch bolt out. This side here, the nut side, is an 18. The bolt head side is a 15. Hey guys, so I got that pinch bolt out. Like I said, I'm working without a tripod today, so I'm showing you what I can. Here's the bolt that came out. The nut side is an 18 again. The bolt head side is a 15 millimeter. Now, hopefully you can see that up in here. I'm not really looking. That bolt right there is a 21. All right, guys, so if you crawl under here, there's a couple 10 millimeters that have to come out so you can access the bolts for this control arm right here. I'm going to go ahead and zip them out right now. Okay, guys, so there is the bolts. There's 3 of them, I believe. Those are all 18 millimeter. I'm going to go ahead and zip them out right now. I just want to show you guys real quick what happened. Easiest job in the world. There's hardly any rust on this car. And the welds ended up breaking on both these welded nuts, but they're completely round, so there's no way to get a wrench on them. And they're to hold the sway bar link bracket down. So I'm either gonna take it down to the garage and weld them back in, or just put a bolt on. Haven't quite decided yet. But just wanted to show you, even the easiest job can turn bad fast. Finally got those 2 pain-ass bolts off that broke. Well, not broke, but the welds broke that held the round nuts on. I don't know how hard it would have been to put a regular welded nut on there, but apparently pretty hard, according to Ford. But now I got to get that out. So I'm going to try to show you the best I can. Hopefully that shows up on camera. All right, guys, there we go. I hope that showed up. But I just pried it. Joint came out fairly easily. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the control arm out. Guys, right here is why we're replacing this bushing. See if I can't get it to show up on camera. There you can kind of see right there. It doesn't look like much, but when you're hitting the brakes, there's a lot of force put on that bushing. So it's gonna really move. Now, a side note, you see that down in there? This one isn't very good either. So this thing ought to feel quite a bit better when it's being driven. So I'm gonna go ahead, get ready to put the new one in, and I'll be back. All right, here's the new bushing and the new control arm. As you can see, that's pressed on. I'm not about, if I tried to press the new bushing in and off there, probably end up destroying the bushing. It's that simple. So that's why we do the whole arm. It's about the same price as if I would just order the bushing. And there you can see the difference of this one here too. Yeah, so hopefully you guys can see the comparison. As usual, I'll put a link down in the description where you can get these parts from, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I got the arm loosely in. I'll try to explain this the best I can because I don't have my tripod, couldn't record, blah 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 blah. So you want the control arm as parallel as possible so those bushings actually slide in. So the first thing I did was I had this part with the lower ball joint in kicked out all the way here. I got this one in, this bolt here, loosely. Then I swung it over. I got it started a little bit here. Then I ended up putting my pry bar in here and pushing the whole control arm this direction. And then that part there finally just popped right in like it was nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead, start getting this bolted up so I can get this finished up and get out of the rain. All right guys, I got the new lower control arm in. Like I said, those back two bolts are 18. That big front one right there is a 21. This one down here is a 15 with an 18 millimeter nut. Wasn't too hard of a job until I had those little cocksuckers right there snap off. That made it a little bit more difficult, but I got it in. It's fine. Just got to throw the wheel back on and then run it down to the shop I work at in York tomorrow and do an alignment on it. So I hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe.